Right, Merry Jesus to you. We're back at Basevan.com, and we've got something pretty special here today. Yep, LT35 time, and not just your normal average 35. It's the 158, which I also think means something in darts, but I could be completely wrong. But anyway, yeah, this is the 2.8, and for anyone that doesn't know, this era, you basically had two beastie engines. You had the 2.7 5-cylinder, and then you had the 2.8. Now, both manufacturers did something with the engines on these ones. The early ones that came out didn't have too much electrics on there. And then they thought, you know what, let's make the driver experience better. So they made the engines a little bit more complicated. And in fact, for the LT, this is going to be a final gen with the good injectors, because in 2003, that's when they completely changed it. And yeah, basically, they're still pretty bulletproof post 2003, but not as good as the original. And yeah, this is the one that I'm a bit of a fanboy for, really. So that's why I paid an extortionate amount for it at auction. And that's why I want an extortionate amount for it now. Because, you know, I want to rip people off. That's what I try and do here at Basevan.com. Anyway, let's go and have a look around it. I've not had a chance really to check it out. I know my boy Charlie had it on the ramp when it came in, gave it a thorough wash, phoned me up, and he was like, Rupert, in the last 12 years of doing this with you, I have not seen anything like this before. And back in the day, we used to find these quite regularly. So this one really is a bit of a gem. So bodywork-wise, you know, I think a lot of people probably would have sent this to the body shop. But, I mean, this is genuine. This has come off Thames Valley Police. They've owned it from new. They've looked after it really well. And they haven't really touched the bodywork. It's had a few dings. And they thought, you know what, sod it. Let's just leave it as it is. And so, yeah, near side front wing. A little bit here on this side here. On this bottom sill bit here. But you know what? I don't think, actually, that I would even care about it. I think I would just run it. Obviously, the rust probably wants taken back and touching up, but really, I just love genuine vehicles. Back doors are like new. Wants a bit of an adjustment though, because that it's not flush. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a piece, right? It's got the tow bar on the back. Rocking the Vector all seasons as well. Talking about its shoes, of course. Right, let's have a bit of a perv inside the cab. So, once again, get rid of that, just touch it up. I mean, yeah, I mean, really, if you were being super perfectionist, it wants a bottom skin, but I wouldn't even bother because it is pretty damn solid. Just checking out what we've got here to look at. Okay, already sure. Your next service is due. A little bit rubbed off. So, what's it saying on the inside? 48,000 miles. Get real. Get real. Doesn't that sound great? Okay. Need a little bit of a fix here on the catch. Nothing major. Just means I have to hold it. Check it out. Super clean. That's the one you want. I haven't got any history for this van, but it's definitely had an alternator before. And it's probably had a bunch of oil changes, given it's come from the Thames Valley Police. But I don't have any evidence. So let's just pretend it's never had a service in its life. Thames Valley Police have, of course, covered up the immobiliser light, which lies behind where they've put that sticker, because if anyone, well, I mean, when was it? I don't know, probably about 10 years ago, we were getting loads of LT36 off the Yorkshire Ambulance Service. And yeah, they had immobiliser issues. And the immobilised light was just always flashing. And when you're driving at night, it's just in your eye. So yeah, I can see why they've done that. There's a few modern ways around that now that I've since learnt, which I can show you how. So what's this van been used for? That's the most interesting thing. So yeah, let's work this out. 2003, how many years ago is that? It's almost 23. It's Christmas Day today. It's almost 23 years ago. So, oh, she's locked. Is it locked on the back? Okay. So what we got? What evidence have we got here? Bolt cropper. Hose, broom, shelves, rope. Sounds like the sort of thing a burglar or a kidnapper might be driving around in. What we're doing here, I can't see a bloody thing. There we go. There we go. They weren't a huge fan of sat-navs at Thames Valley Police. I love it when vehicles get decommissioned and they don't really go through them properly. I'm sure there's some confidential information inside this book, which I won't share because I'm really interested in getting these vehicles direct and not from the bloody auctions anymore because they ruin them. Anyway, anti-terrorist branch. I'll save that. Oh, my camera thing's going mental. I'll save that for the research pile. And what we got here, the AA, Great Britain. Used to be great. Used to be great, of course. Everyone's leaving it that I know. Bulgaria, Romania, Portugal. Right, so I'm guessing it's been some sort of specialist van, given that I've just found some anti-terrorism stuff on the inside, some sort of like covert undercover thing. Maybe carrying some equipment. Don't really know, but at least we can see here. Look at that. Nice and solid. Sliding door. Let's have a peek. Yeah. If it's good down there, you know it's going to be good everywhere else. Okay, so yeah, I just want a bit of a strip out on the inside. Given the size of the van, I would personally, for me, I mean, it depends what you want to use it for. I'd be getting rid of this double seat. I mean, what is an LT seat worth in mint condition? That's probably, yeah, I dare say, well, actually, it's got a bit of a wear on there, but not too much. Well, it's probably been sat in maybe 50 times. It's got to be worth a lot of money, right? Change it for a single passenger. Of course, you don't have the pre-tensioner nonsense on these older, more basic vehicles. Of course, if you had a modern vehicle and you want to change it for a single passenger seat, you then got to mess around with ECU, the BCM, and all that bollocks. That's quite nice. But yeah, take it out, get some access to the front and back. Take out some of the stuff on the inside. Maybe you could use it elsewhere. Bit of condensation I'm seeing here. Not the end of the world. Ah, dangerous chemicals. So if anyone was actually working at the Thames Valley Police when this vehicle was there, what was it being used for? Or I suppose you probably can't tell us. Christ, I'm 10 minutes into this video and I'm guessing there isn't really much substance yet. But for me, this is just van porn. What we got here? Is this a tray plate or is this a number plate? Just in case you tow him. Okay, we do have the original handbook. It's quite nice. No aircon, unfortunately, guys. Bit of a deal breaker, but given that this vehicle will probably never break down, gear-driven engine, by the way, no belt, no chain, gears. You can sort of get away with it, can't you, without the aircon? I know for me, I'm a sucker for it, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. This van is mint. Could have a quick look underneath if I can find my torch or my skateboard. I've got my skateboard instead. Well, I also probably do need the torch, but I will get this on the ramp. But just as a quick glimpse, what is it like? I'm using this gimbal thing because everyone's complaining about I shake my hand too much, and this has been an absolute disaster because I can't actually point it where I want to. Yeah. I'm going to say that looking around this van, that the underneath is going to be a 10 out of 10. Not a 9 out of 10, not a 9.5. I'm going to go with it's probably going to be a 10 out of 10. All right, really struggling with this gimbal thing today. See if I can point it around to myself. Got my Friar Tuck haircut rocking at the minute. Just love Robin Hood. Right, I think I'm probably going to bore you if I continue. Cool van, super reliable, 2.7, 5-cylinder, twin-side loader. Took this in Partex off Barney Couch. What a leg end. Can't actually believe we've got it. Not for sale, by the way. This one I'm keeping as like some sort of service van or some excuse to keep it. It's got the true automatic. No aircon again, but hey. Probably won't be as reliable as this, so probably should try and convince myself to keep this one instead. But I think I've got probably, yeah, I've probably got twice as much invested in this than I do in that. So probably makes sense to try and sell this one. Anyway, that's a wrap. Hopefully I'll be doing a few more videos next year. A little bit concerning what's going on in the world at the minute. I'm not really talking about war or anything. I'm talking about the AI race and all that bollocks. I don't understand why we couldn't have just got to 2003 and we're like, do you know what? We've got mobile phones, we've got games consoles, we've got the internet. That'll do. You know, what more do we need? But you know what people are like. We need more. Anyway, final note. We have 3 legends in this room. And yes, these are probably more reliable than this Renault Master. But for value for money, probably can't beat them. And they'll probably go down in history as being the best commercial vehicle of all time. And by the way, this one has got the 5-speed box. So yeah, whoever gets that one, well done. Can't believe we've got it in stock. 30,000 miles, actually. But anyway, that's a wrap. This is Christmas Day from Basevan.com. I've been Friar Tuck, and I'll see you sometime. Thank you.